I have finally watched Twin Peaks. I have to say, this is gonna be my favorite like work from David Lynch. I've only seen two of his movies. I've only seen Eraserhead. I've seen the say Blues like Velvet movie. This one, Twin Peaks, there's something about it. I can't put into words the mystery, the disturbing parts of it, the crime fiction, the horror, the characters. It's all put together perfectly in the first season. And I also love how I'm still confused, how there's so many things I don't understand. And the first season, the way they did it was perfect. It's a masterpiece in my eyes. I've already started season 2, but the first season, there's something about it. It's like perfectly done. It's perfectly it's like written. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. Now, the reason why this show I have to talk about it is because I saw a scene from the first season, episode 3, and wow, I was creeped out. It made me question everything. I was trying to figure it out. That was like the longest 4 to 5 minutes of my life during a television show. I have never felt that way during a show like that. A scene, and that scene was so weird. It's weird, and I'm talking about that dream Del Cooper has about the Red Room. Okay, so the main character of Twin Peaks, I'm like, for those who haven't seen it, the FBI agent, his name is Del Cooper. He comes to the small town of Twin Peaks because he's trying to solve a murder of this like young woman. Her name was like Laura Palmer. She was murdered, and it was brutal what happened to her, and he's trying to figure out who killed her. And during the show, I believe in episode 2 or the first one, he teams up with the sheriff department in the town, and he tells them that he's been having dreams about the crime, and they've been helping him. And I was surprised they even took his dreams seriously, but again, the show's supposed to be weird, so I think that's what they were going for on purpose. But Del Cooper tells them he's been having dreams, and they're helping him solve the crime. And in one dream, and we see it episode 3 at toward the end of the episode, he's sitting on a couch. He looks older, like very old, and he is in a red room. Now, what's weird, and oh my god, this part really scared me when I was watching it. The first thing he sees is this guy in a red suit, and he's like twitching. That part really got to me because it was so unexpected, and it just, I have a hard time with horror movies. I'll say when it comes to them twitching, like standing in a corner, it's so creepy to me. And the fact that it started off like that, it really does like remind me of those nightmares that you have sometimes with twitching figures in the corner. That's how it starts off. I'm surprised Del wasn't scared there. I would have been freaking out if I had seen that. But and then after that, that guy in the red suit grabs the pole and he spins around and says, "Let's rock." That was weird. And okay, also the dialogue here is very odd. It's very weird. So I had to do research on this part. Apparently they're talking backwards. I don't know if that's legit because some words sound like they are saying them, but fans claim they're talking backwards. I could be wrong in that, but that was weird. And it gets stranger from there. So the guy in the red suit sits down on another couch, and Del sees there is, Laura Palmer. She is sitting with the guy in the red suit. And the one thing that was a little weird during that part was that she touches her nose and she's staring at him. I'm curious if that was some kind of like greeting. Like, I was really trying to figure that out. Okay, I know it's weird for me to figure out the nose tapping. It could just be whatever, but again, this dream, there's so much mystery to it. And that part, I don't know, I was really trying to analyze and figure out how could she touched her nose. But I think that's just me freaking out. Okay, and the scene continues to get even odder. Odder, is that even a word? I don't think so. So the red guy tells Del Cooper that the woman next to him, she looks like the victim, right? She looks like Laura Palmer, and he tells him she's my cousin. And Del Cooper is confused, and he says, "No, that's not a cousin. That is the victim. That is like Laura Palmer." And she says something that really creeped me out. And she says to him, "I feel like I know her, but sometimes my arms bend back." I did not like that line. It was so creepy, and again, it doesn't help they're talking backwards. I didn't like that. It really, really creeped me out. I was like, ugh, I don't know, it's just, and again, it doesn't help the fact that she was murdered, this poor girl, and that line was so haunting, and I didn't like it. Ugh, it really creeped me out. I didn't like it. And then the red guy tells Del Cooper, too, that sometimes there are birds in the air and there's music in the air. If this seems to make any sense, that's the point of the scene. I'm just telling it as I go along. And the red guy suddenly starts to dance, which that was kind of funny and cool, but creepy at the same time, because it's so weird. And then after that, I'm like, Laura gets up, she goes up to Del, she kisses him, and then the dream ends with her, whispering something in his ear. And then he wakes up, the FBI agent, Del, and he, calls up the sheriff department and he's telling them, "Guys, I just had another dream. I think I know who the killer is." I cannot believe Del didn't freak out when he woke up, because that dream, that is so creepy. Look, personally, I've had nightmares, but I've never had one that vivid, that weird. Never had a dream like that in my life. It was very, I don't know, that was a very good scene. That was, to me, one of the creepiest scenes I've ever seen in a television show. And I've seen a lot of TV shows, a lot of horror stuff. That one, David Lynch is a genius, because that was very creepy. And I've seen Eraserhead, and yeah, that movie was weird, but that scene was, dang, that really topped Eraserhead in my opinion. It's, that, I just didn't like some of those. I just didn't like the fact they're talking backwards. That really was creepy, man. I didn't like that. And after finishing season 1, I did notice 4 clues about the dialogue when they were talking to Del backwards, and it made it even more creepy, the dream. And I have my own theories to this, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. But those 4 clues, they were weird. They were very weird. Okay, so the first thing I thought was odd was the red guy when he tells Del, that's Laura, she looks like my cousin. So that was a foreshadow, because it turned out that she did have a cousin. I was Laura, and she looks just like her. Her name is Madeline. She comes to Twin Peaks, and she teams up with 2 other characters to help solve the mystery of who killed Laura. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. And then it gets even odder from there. The 3 other things, and this is really disturbing. I don't know if I really want to say this because it's YouTube. The 3 other clues are all connected. They're all linked. So the red guy mentions birds. He mentions that there's music in the air. And then it's Laura mentioned that her arms bent backwards. Now, toward the end of season 1, Del finds out that 2 men, they had kidnapped her and some others, some other girl, and they were taken to a cabin. And it was there they were filming disturbing stuff, taking pictures, and there were like these red drapes, which was, I'm sure, a foreshadow from his dream. And then it's like Del finds a like record player, and then he even says that line that the red guy told him in the dream. Sometimes there's music in the air, and that was crazy. And then what gets even more disturbing is that they find out that's like Laura with those two men. They had tied her up, and her arms were bent backwards. That line really got to me more after that, because that dream was trying to foreshadow the case of what he was going to find later. And that was so haunting. That line, my arms bent backwards, it really got to me. It really got to me a lot. It's really sad what happened to that poor girl in the show, and she suffered so badly. Oh my god, that really got to me during season 1. So yeah, I am so curious what this could mean. The Red Room. I have a feeling, again, it's just a theory. I'm not finished with the show yet, but, so once I am, I'm going to talk about it in another video. But I have a theory that maybe he's being chosen Del. Maybe something that's not human is picking him to help solve her murder. But my question is, why him? Because he's just a stranger to Twin Peaks. That's all he is. He's just there to help them solve her murder. And why was he picked for this? Because there's no way that he's having dreams and he's getting all these clues. There's no way. That's insane. That would not work out like that. I think he got chosen for something greater. I don't know what it could be. It's a theory. I'm not done with the show yet. But that is, wow. That is one of the most powerful scenes I've ever seen from a show. It was very horrific, too, because of the background information that you find out later with poor Laura Palmer's story. Gotta say, though, this is an incredible show, guys. I cannot believe I waited years to watch this. I've seen X-Files, I've seen Supernatural. How come I didn't watch this one right away? I cannot believe I waited this long. That's crazy. Man, this is one of the best shows I've ever seen. I cannot wait to finish it. I know season 2 was really mixed, but I'm still gonna give it a shot. I really don't care, honestly. For me, I have to watch it to have my own opinion on it, but I think I'm still gonna enjoy it somehow. But wow, that was a very creepy scene. I just cannot get over that. And it's funny, it creeped me out during daylight. I was watching it in daylight, and I felt like a chill go down my back. I couldn't explain it. It was just very weird. It felt like I was there with Del watching it. And I have never experienced that with a show ever. The only time I felt that very, very strange experience was Silent Hill 2, with that part from the original when it's like James is talking to Maria in the jail cell. That was what that scene made me feel. It made me feel like I was watching something I wasn't supposed to watch. It was creepy. It made me feel unwanted. There, like being there. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It was just a bad feeling I got, and that is exactly what I felt from that. I have heard this show did inspire Silent Hill 2. I'm probably going to do a video on that much later. But, and you know what, guys? Twin Peaks, if you haven't seen it yet, please watch. This is an incredible show. I think as of right now, it's only like on Mubi. Yeah, I've only seen it there, and I think that you're able to buy the seasons online too. I have no idea. But yeah, this is a fantastic show, guys. I cannot wait to finish season 2 and also the season 3 that came out in 2017. I cannot wait to watch them. Oh, and I think there's also a movie too called Fire Walk with Me. I gotta watch that too. But I'm gonna for sure binge this show, guys. I cannot wait to talk about other videos. This is amazing. I love Twin Peaks. It's awesome. It's so good. I cannot wait to finish it. Okay, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you with a brand new video. I'm probably gonna do maybe the I'll say Blair Witch soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. Peace out.